Excellent. Okay, have we already pulled apart the problem and picked our ideas?
Yes.
Check that off the list, okay? Check it off. On top of your science notebook. You can do it across, horizontally, or down. Okay. What does the O stand for, boys and girls?
Organize my notes.
Everybody?
Organize my
It stands for organize. Okay, our notes are in our science notebook. We're going to organize them even more, okay, and take more notes today based on the article we read. So we're going to organize our notes, I would say today, using what type of organizer? Tide. We're going to use a Tide organizer to organize our notes, okay? And then we're going to write and
Say more.
write and say more, okay? So we've already done, as a review before phys ed, we did our topic introduction. Okay, which two students gave us a topic introduction? Meadow and Emma. Okay, so what causes day and night? Everybody, let's read the topic introduction together. The Earth's rotation causes day and night. Excellent. Sometimes we write the topic introduction after we do our IDs. Sometimes we write it right in the beginning. And since we've had a lot of time to work with this prompt, you were able to give me a simple topic introduction right away, which will guide our thoughts, right? So now, we have to find all the important evidence, okay? Oh, Jason, if you're sitting near the camera, you can sit there so you can see better.
I'm trying to see the tide then. Could I
That's,
get the
yeah,
right?
that's fine. You can move up or sit there. Just make sure the table doesn't shake.
I need to get closer.
Okay? You can sit there. Just make sure that camera doesn't wobble right off the table. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So, whoops. And you're giving me what, Meadow? A flag. Okay. Let's look back up here. The I stands for, if we look at our tide, we're back to the I. We're going to read this together and find all the I's or the pieces of evidence, the facts that help us answer this question. So, all right, normally, what do we do with the I's? While reading, what do we do, boys and girls? Squiggle it just a little bit. We squiggle, but can we squiggle a science book? No, there will be times when you can't. There'll be times when you can't squiggle, right? So what we're going to do is we can use scratch paper. We could use sticky notes if you have any extra sticky notes left over. Scratch paper, just to write down our squiggles. Okay. In fact, sometimes what we can do in science. Yeah, you know what? I'll use scratch paper to keep track of our squiggles. We won't write right in our tide because sometimes if we over squiggle and we overdo it in our tide organizer, that's not helpful either. Okay, are we ready? So I'm going to read with you. We're doing a collaborative read through. Okay, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph in the beginning, and we're going to see, is there anything we can squiggle? Okay? When you come across something you think you can squiggle or identify as important information, we're going to touch our nose. Okay? Instead of giving me a thumbs up. We've touched our nose before, right? So as soon as I start to read over something, touch your nose. I'll look around the room, we'll discuss it. Okay? What if there's what? Can you stand up? You know what, we've done the stand-up thing before. There might be so much noise standing up and sitting down, though. We might save that for like a math activity or a shorter activity, okay? Sound good? All right, guys. Let's begin. Everybody, sunrise and sunset. On the count of 3, we're going to read through this sentence by sentence. As soon as you think you hear a piece of important evidence, we're touching our what? Our nose. And then we're going to jot down. We're going to squiggle it a little bit. We're going to jot down what we would squiggle on a piece of notebook paper. Scratch paper. So make sure you have that scratch paper right on your notebook ready to go. Okay? Some of you have big sticky notes left over. You may also use that. Antonelli's big scratch paper. Are we ready? Now we can begin. On the count of 3. The sun has just come up in this picture. It is sunrise. What direction are you looking?
The sun always rises in the east.
If you are in Portland, Maine, the sun rises in the east. If you are in Portland, Oregon, the sun rises in the If you are in Raleigh, North Carolina, the sun rises in the east. 3. I know that's just the opening paragraph, but we've talked about when authors repeat something over and over again. It's important, and we're looking for important evidence or information. What is important about this? What is important about this, Ava?
What's important about this is the sun rises in the east.
What's important about this is that the sun rises in the east. Would you all agree?
No matter where you are.
Oh, I like that inference. No matter where you are, well, no matter if you're in Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or if you're in China or Russia, it's not written here, but regardless of where you are on Earth, the sun always appears to rise in the east. Excellent. So let's just do this. We can't squiggle it just a little bit, but what could we write over here as our squiggle, as our notes? The sun rises. What do you think? Why don't you write it down on your paper what you would write for notes? When we can't squiggle it a little bit, what would we write down just to hold the thought on your notebook paper? You could turn and talk with a partner. You could write it down. What do you think? Something really short and sweet to hold the thought so we keep reading. Can you what? Yeah, if you want to sit, bring your chair, hon, over here. Right here. I see a hand up. How many more hands up should I see? What do you think you would write to hold the thought? We can't squiggle it, Michael. But what could we write down instead of squiggling? It's a new skill we're doing, I know. Ken. The sun rises in the east all over the world. I love that. That is a summary statement, right? That's great. That's like writing. Can you make it even more caveman language just to hold the thought? Sun rises in the east. Got it. Okay? So on our notes, we're taking notes, right? We can't squiggle it. But what we're going to do, thank you, Jason, is we're going to write page 1, paragraph 1, P1, page 1, paragraph 1. We'll just write P1, paragraph 1, okay? Sun, because we can't squiggle it, so sometimes you can't, when you're writing using text sources, you can't squiggle it. You're right. Let's just do page 1. Okay? Oh, you're right. It's not the beginning of the article. So we should write page what? 8. Thank you, Meadow. Thank you. So we're going to write sun rises. You can write in the east, or we can just write sun rises east. Because that's what I would underline. Sun rises east. Okay. You could write sun rises in the east or sun rises east, boys and girls. Put your hands down. Make sure you write that down. I can't call on everybody, right? But you got the gist of this, okay? Make it short and sweet. Hold the thought. Don't write sentences. Got it? Okay. Let's move on. So right now, we can't squiggle, right? We usually squiggle and box our important vocabulary, squiggle our important evidence. All we're doing is taking notes, right, Noah? All right, so we already read that the sun rises in the east. We're going to start reading right from here. If you are in, so are we all ready, boys and girls?
Yes.
Get your voices ready. Are we ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. If you are in Brownsville, Texas, or Provo, Oklahoma, the sun rises in the east. Wherever you are on earth, the sun rises in the east. Ooh. They have earth bolded, right? So sun rises in east wherever you are on earth. Okay? Okay. Do we have to do anything else here? Would you squiggle anything else? Add to our notes? Nope. So let's go to page 9. On page, I'm going to get my notes ready. I'm going to write on my big post-it note, page 9, in case there's any evidence here. Everyone have a P9? And we're all going to read P9, and as soon as we hear any evidence, I want you to touch your nose. Okay? Excellent job. On the count of 3, we're all going to begin reading. So our pencils should be down now. Our book should be in front of us. Our notes are on the side. We're good to go. 1, 2, 3. In the picture, the sun is just about to go down. It is sunset. What direction are you looking now?
That's right.
Okay, hold on. Freeze for a second. I want you to just look. No one's touching your nose. All right, let's keep going. That's right. You're looking west. The sun always sets in the west. I see some hands touching noses. Nose touch. Okay. Thoreau. Your whole hand is on your nose. Okay? That means you definitely want to share something with the class. What could we squiggle? Whoops. The sun, let's go back. The sun always sets in the west. And the rise means it's morning. Set means it is the beginning of nighttime. Okay, excellent job. Absolutely. Let's squiggle it just a little bit. Put it on our notes instead, okay? Sun. Sun. You're right, I could squiggle on the board. I love that idea. Now what, was that your idea?
Set.
Sun always sets west. Okay? Sun always. And I'm going to transfer that to my notebook page. Sun always sets west. I'm just going to write a little dash here. That sounds funny, right? But I don't want to write a full sentence. Excellent job. Beautiful. And let's keep reading. Okay? I'm going to let you keep reading this page, so the rest of this paragraph, rather. When you're done, I want you to tell me if there's anything else you would squiggle, or if we're all set. Okay? I want you to independently read, starting from if you are in Portland, Maine, to the end of this paragraph. When you're done, I want you to raise your hand, okay? Just to let me know. Give me a thumbs up you're done reading. And then I'll ask you, should we squiggle anything else? So just finish reading the paragraph. Just finish reading that paragraph, okay? When you're done, raise your hand. Just finish reading the paragraph really quick. When you're done, raise your hand. And let me know if there's anything else we should squiggle. Jot down. Looks like, I heard, did you get a chance to read? This paragraph? You want to? Did you get a chance to read this? The rest of this paragraph? Okay, looks, how many of us need more time? It looks like I have a lot of hands up, but some kids are still reading right to here. Okay, when you're done reading the rest of that paragraph, put your hand